Now, I want to talk about shipping a little bit here. My recommendation on shipping is to use and to limit the things that you're going to list on eBay to things that will reasonably fit in USPS, United States Postal Service, flat rate boxes. And the flat rate box means that for that box, whatever you can get inside of it is going to be the same price, regardless of how much it weighs. Especially if you have small things that weigh a lot, this is a great way to get a good deal on it. But why this is nice is that the flat rate boxes are already made. They come in some different sizes. I'll show you those. But the boxes are free from your local post office. You can order them online. And so it'll save you some shipping material cost. If you can put it in there, you also will have predictability about how much it'll cost to ship. And that's a really big one, especially so that you don't have to do a lot of research and take dimensions of things and weigh them and then calculate the price and put that into shipping. First of all, one of the most common ones I use is the Priority Mail padded envelope. Now, this Priority Mail envelope is 12.5 inches by 9.5 inches. So it's pretty large. It's that bubble material. And these are $8 to ship. And these are perfect for like clothing, folded up t-shirt, some vintage clothing like that. Something soft, something that won't break, because even though they're padded, what you don't want to do is put electronics or things that are flat in here because they will get banged around a little bit, maybe bent. I've seen a lot of these padded envelopes that get folded gently in half to fit inside a mailbox. So you don't want anything that would break because of that. The next one is the small flat rate box. And if you've ever seen, these are pretty small. It's 8 and 11/16 inches by 5 and 7/16 by 1 3/4. And it is $7.90 to ship this. And I believe these were actually designed to hold a single VHS tape back in the day. And so they aren't that big and they're a little bit of a strange size. And if you're not old enough to know what a VHS tape is, you'd be forgiven for that. But that's generally what they are sized for. But these are great for small items like maybe an iPod or an iPhone wrapped appropriately in bubble wrap and protect it well and put it in that box and ship it off for $7.90 is a nice, convenient way to do it. Now, the next one is the shipping medium box. Thin is what I call it. And they actually call it a side load, but it's thin because it's flat. And this medium rate box is 14 inches by 12 inches by 3.5 inches. And it's a flat rate of $14.35. And these are really good for things that can be squashed down, like a day pack will usually fit into these. Obviously, not a full day pack, but an unpacked day pack that's flattened will usually slide right into these things. Some books, some documents, those types of things, these will fit into very nicely. Now, there is another medium flat rate box, and I call it the thick. They call it the top load. But this is 11 1/4 inches by 8 3/4 inches by 6 inches, and it's $14.35 flat rate to ship too. And what it does is it gives you a little bit more thickness to fit in some kind of medium-sized things, like a large pair of headphones would fit in here. You know, your typical size doll would fit in here. And so things maybe a little more bulky, but still can't be that big, would fit nicely in the medium rate box. And then there is a large flat rate box. And I think large is relative. I don't think these things are huge by any means. It's only 12 1/4 inches by 12 1/4 inches by 6 inches. And it's $19.95 to ship this. And these would be things like a camera case would be pretty typical, or maybe a medium-sized purse or handbag. Those types of things would be able to fit in here pretty easily. So that's a great one for those. And it's nice to be able to know when you're listing an item that you can ballpark what some of the prices will be or the cost to ship it so that you know if you're going to make money. Now, I will say here, pack carefully, right? You would not want to put an iPad into a padded bubble envelope and mail it off, because if it gets dropped, banged, it gets put under the corner of another box, it gets folded or whatever, it's probably going to break. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to have returns. It might be in good condition when you send it, but you've got to make sure that these things are packaged appropriately so that when they get there, they are also in good shape. If you have to have returns, I can just tell you, it just decimates how much money you're going to make. You may end up selling 5 things, and if one gets returned between the time and the return shipping, and now it's a damaged product that you can't sell, it just might eat up all your margin. So it's really worth investing a little time to make sure things are protected, well packaged, and sent off in a way that they're going to arrive in the same condition you sent it. Investing in a package or spiral of bubble wrap before you start listing stuff on eBay can be a nice investment. It's probably going to cost you a couple bucks, but it will probably be worth it in the long run. So what I've done here is hopefully give you some information. We didn't go into all the details